capacity to continue going on well in that particular role that you are performing. When you're talking about a manager can also be defined in three perspectives. A manager as an administrator, a manager as a people developer, and a manager as a problem solver. I may not go through that because of time, but as I will be sharing my presentation, maybe the soft copy, you will have it on your, maybe your phones. I believe I will talk to the leadership to do that. I would like us to look at the key thematic areas in leaders and managers development. Key thematic areas in leaders and managers development. The first key thematic area we are talking about, members, is transformational and servant leadership development. Transformational and servant leadership development. What Dr. Stella was mentioning in the morning. As a leader, you must understand your role in an organization is to serve people, not to mishandle people. Serving people. And when you are serving people as a HR, serve them with, with humanity. And one thing that I would like us to understand is that God has given us different seasons. You could be a manager somewhere today, you could be a leader today, and the way you are leading those individuals will determine your level of interaction with those individuals tomorrow. And one thing that I would like us to understand also is people are mobile. People are mobile. They are not stagnant. They keep on changing. The young person you are seeing in your class today, tomorrow God can assist that young person to become a greater individual. And if you are not treating him or her well in school right now, you will have missed an opportunity to greet that individual when that individual will have risen to some office of greatness, either in the land or outside the confines of our country. And that's why we are talking about transformational and servant leadership development. Very important. When you're talking about transformational leader, he inspires and motivates employees or others to exceed expectations. He inspires and motivates others to exceed expectations, while servant leaders prioritize the needs of their teams. Prioritizing the needs of your team will inspire confidence. When you prioritize the needs of team members within an organization. And I would like us to use an example of a university scenario. If you are a student leader in a university and you are not being led by your own desires, but you would want to see what your colleagues need, so long as it's within the confines and within your reach as a leader, you can assist them, you can be a facilitator, then definitely you'll be a transformational and servant leader to those whom you are leading. And you'll find that this one will enhance ethical decision making and the well-being of individuals within organization. When you are a transformational and servant leadership leader, then definitely you'll find that people will have that particular, they will be in a position to follow you and even make you be a better individual. Number two, Madam also talked about it. We are talking about emotional intelligence and leadership effectiveness. What is your level of your emotional intelligence? Leaders with high emotional intelligence can manage emotions, can also build strong relationships, and navigate through workplace challenges effectively, according to various studies by a scholar called Goldman. And when you're talking about emotional intelligence, is how do you handle your emotions as a leader? Are you the type of a leader who would want to maybe show everybody maybe what you are going through in your leadership? Maybe failures of maybe the organization you are leading or the management of the organization you are leading. Emotional intelligence is a very important critical element when it comes to shaping leaders, especially in HR. Because in HR, we are dealing with human beings who are having feelings. So you need to understand how to handle your emotions. And seasons change. As you are carrying out your leadership, seasons change. The way you led people today may not necessarily be the way the situations that you will encounter tomorrow as you are leading them. Things keeps on changing. And that's why as an individual, you need to equip yourself with the key competencies that can make you a better individual as you are carrying out your roles. You are being prepared to become HR leaders and managers in organizations. And that's why you need to build an inner strong environment within you that cannot be controlled by the existing external environment, which may keep on changing the way you are responding to issues. You need to have a stronger inner environment. We have some leaders, when they meet a particular small challenge within their area of jurisdiction, everybody will know that so and so is going through this and this and that. Which is a weakness, a very big weakness. You should, as an individual, build an inner environment that will make your followers have faith in your leadership as an individual. Number 3, we are talking about digital leadership and technological adaptation. As a leader, you should have an advantage of the digital platforms. When we are talking about digital leadership, we are talking about in terms of technology, it keeps on growing day and night, and digital leadership has emerged as a critical competence where leaders must navigate digital transformation and manage remote teams and leverage technology for decision making. And when you use technology when it comes to decision making, then as an individual, you'll be a better leader. And being adapted, having the capability to adapt to each and every new technology will make you as a leader remain relevant within your times of operation as a leader. Then we are talking about number 4, ethical leadership and corporate social responsibility. As you know very well, when you're talking about ethical leadership, it revolves around what Madam Daktari was talking about in the morning, about integrity. You need to be an individual of integrity. When you're talking about integrity, is doing the right thing even when other people are not seeing you. Being a leader of integrity, very important. Not just showing off that indeed you can do something good when you cannot do it in private. Doing the right thing, ensuring that you are inclining to the right values, systems within the organization, such that you can inspire confidence. And as leaders, you need to balance in an organization, balancing between profit making with ethical consideration and social impact. When you are coming up maybe with a particular innovation, how will that particular innovation impact the social lives of individuals within that particular economy or within that particular country? And that's why, as a leader, you need to remain very ethical. And also, we are talking about corporate social responsibility, ensuring that whatever you are doing is impacting positively to other individuals, to the environment, and is meant for the good of others. Number 5, we are talking about coaching and mentorship in leadership development. I'm also happy Daktari mentioned it. As a leader, a good leader, you will see that particular good leader in terms of which kind of mentorship programs is he putting on board, such that in the case he exits or she exits, we shall have somebody filling that particular vacuum. Because you can't be there all throughout. Like right now, if you are a student leader, you can't remain a student leader forever. Because after some time, you will be requested to exit. And when others are coming in, if you did not nurture somebody to take over or build the capacity of others to take over from you, then definitely you will have lost as a leader. And that's why you will find mentorship is very important and coaching very important. Number 6, we are talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion in leadership training, which is very important. And they have become the central to leadership development initiative in the current century. And leaders must be equipped with the cultural competencies. Leaders must be equipped with inclusivity skills to manage the workforce effectively, and also to manage those people who are operating under them effectively. Number 7, we are talking about resilience. We are talking about resilience and adaptability leadership in crisis management. When we are having crisis, how do you respond to the crisis as a leader? Do you blend in the crisis and start blaming people? Or are you an individual who can ensure that during that particular crisis, you are a solution? And that's why in leadership, we encourage critical and creative thinking. You need to be critical and creative thinker, such that you come up with the solutions, and those particular solutions can now be disseminated to members of the organization or members that you are leading. So leadership is a very important aspect, be it in an organization or be it in any given setting, because it defines how far that organization will go. I would like us to remember one thing that happened towards the end of last year. I would like us to come back to class. Are we together, members? Last year towards the end, I believe, was it towards the end or the beginning of the year when they were announcing the results of Kisii? Was it at the beginning of the year or towards the end? And there was something. If a school has performed well, what was the opinion of many? They will say the principal is a good leader. True or false? But if the school has failed, they say that school lacks leadership. So what are we trying to say? The success or the failure of any given organization lies within who? The leadership. Are we together? Are we in agreement? And all of us, we are leaders in our own capacity. In one way or another, you are a leader. From where you are coming from, you could be either be the firstborn or the secondborn. You need to understand that the way you carry out yourself, you can either encourage someone or you can become a discouragement to another. Listen to this story. There is a father who was bringing up two boys without a mother. And these two boys were being brought up by a father who was drunkard. This father was irresponsible. He could not carry out his roles effectively. So, of these two boys, when they were growing up, one became very successful, and the other one became a perfection of the father. And they were called to a studio for an interview. So when they asked the one who was a perfection of the father in terms of deviant behavior, tell us what happened. And the man, said it loudly. What were you expecting from me? You can see how my father brought us up. So I decided to become a better version of my father by being a better drunkard, a better irresponsible individual. And this other man who had grown up to become a very influential individual in the land began by this statement. When I looked at the situation from where I was coming, I said I should be a change agent. And I decided that I will work hard to change the situation and to make the kind of the kind of people I'm going to bring up to be better than where I came from. Perception plays a very significant role. As a leader, how do you perceive your immediate environment? Do you perceive it as an environment that is meant to spell doom to you, or do you look at the environment as an opportunity that you can improve that environment so that other people who will come after you, they will say, indeed, we had a better leader here. And that's why you'll find in decision making, the kind of decisions that you make as an individual can interfere with the generations that will come after you. And that's why I would like to admonish all of us. Let us not be like the boy who became a perfection of the father. Let us be like the other boy who decided, I will be a change agent. And you can be a change agent in whichever environment you are in order when others will come after you, they will say, indeed, we had so and so who was here. Very important. Are we together? Are we together? If we are together, say yes. Are we together? Are we together? Let us clap for ourselves. Yes. You know, when you are very silent and I'm presenting, I wonder, could it be I'm talking to my ancestors, or we are together? You know, you could be talking and maybe now you are talking to people who are present but absent, which is not good, isn't it? Start with no, we are present. We are present. We have various ways in which organizations can play a key role in leaders and managers' development. And we had some of them in the morning. One way in which we can play a role in developing our leaders and our managers' development is through training programs. And when you're talking about training programs, is developing or designing programs that can make an individual develop a competitive advantage in carrying out his or her roles. In terms of also decision making, being a strategic thinker, and also training individuals on emotional intelligence. And that one can be done through workshops. That one can be done through what we call executive coaching and simulation exercises to help potential leaders and managers enhance their key competencies. No one was born bright. Are we together? When it comes to leadership, you can be molded to become a better leader. You can be molded to become a better leader. Are we in agreement? Number two, we are talking about mentorship and coaching. We are talking about successive planning and career pathing. That is ensuring that individuals are growing within their career path to become better individuals. We also have job rotation and cross-functional exposure in organizations. And this is done through provision of opportunities to work in different departments through job rotation to enhance leadership capabilities and to make individuals be exposed to various functions of the business in order for them to be equipped with the key skills of diverse problem solving within the organization. Then encouraging a leadership culture. When you're talking about a leadership culture, is where employees are empowered to take leadership roles. And many times you'll find if you want to become a better leader, it's very important for you to bring others on board when it comes to empowerment. And that empowerment will happen when you are good at delegation. One thing that you need to understand is you can't do everything as an individual. You can't carry the entire load of the organization that you are leading on your shoulders alone. When you learn to carry out what we call delegation, then definitely you will build others. You will build others. Then we are talking about performance management and feedback systems, where you create systems within the organization to allow feedback. You should not just be one way. You are communicating from the top, bottom, but you do not allow others to come in and bring in maybe the ideas. That one can be very challenging to the organization. And the reasons as to why many organizations are facing resistance is when you do not allow people to ventilate on various issues touching the organization. So as you are coming up as leaders in various fields in HR, kindly please ensure that you carry out what we call participative leadership, where you allow others to come on board to assist you with the ideas. When leaders and managers are developed in an organization, it's very important to know that an organization that is having well-developed leaders and managers, that organization will develop a competitive edge in its operation. That means performance will be high, and then also employees will be more engaged. And one thing that you need to understand as a HR practitioner, when employees are more engaged, there is a likelihood of retention, high retention capacity, meaning we shall not experience aspects of high employee turnover. Why? Because employees are engaged, and it means they will be retained within that particular organization to continue supporting the organization. Also, we have another significance of having a well-developed leadership and management system in an organization. It brings about support system in succession planning, and also business continuity. Business continuity. The business will continue as a result of having good leadership, and good leaders have been developed and managers within the organization. Then it also strengthens decision-making and problem-solving skills within the organization. Many challenges that are affecting organization is how to solve maybe some problems that are affecting the organization. But you'll find when you have a well-developed workforce within the organization taking over the management role, then definitely problems that are emanating, be it from within the environment or outside the environment, would be solved effectively and causing the organization to continue on well. And then we are talking about effectiveness within the organization. Effectiveness within the organization. There will be effectiveness within the organization. One thing that you need to understand is as you are being prepared to take over various leadership roles, you need to understand that each and every day will present unique challenges to you as a leader, and those challenges are supposed to be solved, or they're supposed to be attended to. So you need to be able to be more adaptable to situations, such that you think through the lenses of critical thinking in order for you to come up with the solutions. Because as a leader or as a manager, people look at you as the one who is supposed to solve each and every challenge that may be coming in that particular organization. And that's why I would like us to underscore the following. As an individual within leadership, if your absence is not felt, then your presence is not necessary. Are we together? If your absence is not what? Felt, then your presence is not necessary. And that's why, as a scholar who is preparing himself or herself to take over various positions after graduation, you need to build a brand. And you can only build that particular brand when you are also disciplined. When you are also disciplined. When you're talking about discipline, it touches various aspects. How do you manage your time? How do you manage yourself? How do you interact with others? How do you perceive the environment you are operating in as an individual? So you'll find that as a leader or as a manager, we have various challenges that may come your way. Like if an organization lacks a well, clear leadership development strategy, that may lead to inconsistencies in training efforts. And without this particular clear strategy, leaders' development becomes reactive rather than proactive, affecting the long-term growth of the leader and the manager, or affecting the long-term development of the organization negatively. Then another challenge that can also affect the development of good leaders in organizations and managers when we have limited organizational support and resources. I want to thank the universities that supported this particular occasion today, because they knew actually that this particular occasion is meant to empower you to become better individuals as you are being prepared to take over various roles as HR practitioners. So when there is limited organizational support and resources towards the leader or the manager, that one can also hinder the development of this particular leader. That means inhibiting learning. The leader may not be in a position to learn maybe new strategies on how to handle various issues within the organization. Then another challenge is resistance to change. And this resistance to change normally comes in from members. And one way to overcome that, I mentioned earlier as I was presenting, when you bring everybody on board in terms of participative leadership, then you cannot have this particular challenge. Then lack of mentorship and coaching opportunities in organizations can also limit leadership development, and also balancing short-term performance and long-term development can also hinder with respect to diversity, inclusion challenges, and also the challenge that is coming in with respect to technology. So, as you're preparing yourselves to take over various leadership roles or the role of being a better manager as an individual in organization, you need to understand that you need to commit yourself to your vision. What is your vision as an individual? Which kind of an individual do you want to become tomorrow? You need to protect your vision. And protecting your vision, I mean, members, you need to be alert with the respect of to various changes that are happening in our immediate environment. Protect your vision. Protecting your vision means you need to allow yourself not to stand on the complaining counter that even though I'm doing this, will I really make it? Don't allow circumstances to overcome and overwhelm you as an individual. Many times troubles will come our way, but God will make a way for us. You could have been preparing yourself and having a vision of graduating maybe next year or this year, but a challenge comes in maybe with respect to funding. As an individual, how do you overcome that? You need to understand that under the sun, we have various seasons. And these seasons are not permanent. They come and go. You need to learn how to protect your vision as an individual. You could be hanging on somebody's coat, has been telling you, I love you, I love you. All of a sudden, the individual has changed the language, starts maybe using abusive language. Does that mean that's the end of you as an individual? No. You should understand there is somebody who is invisible, who loves you more than the human love. And continue hanging on God, who will love you more than the love of men. You will find challenges coming your way so that they can rob you your vision. Maybe you have been supporting somebody, you are somebody's son, you have been supporting somebody in the name of when the opportunity comes, when the opportune moment comes, then this individual is going to become my life partner. Just to be shortchanged. Does that mean you are supposed to, that's the end of life? No. And that's why I would like you to hang on the statement. Be creative in every difficult situation. Remain creative and optimistic that your tomorrow will be better than your today. And when you hang on your today's maximum being your tomorrow's minimum, then definitely you'll become a better person tomorrow because you are geared towards improving yourself in all areas of your life. We are living in a very ever-changing environment, and it's changing very fast, where people are changing even their belief patterns. When it happens to you as an individual, your friends have decided to have a paradigm shift in what they're believing in. What are you going to do? Are you going to follow that particular bandwagon and say, even me, I want to deny the God that I've been serving all the days of my life? Don't do that. Ensure that you hang on your God, and God is going to protect you. So long as you trust Him, God cannot disappoint you. And that's why you can see Joshua being told in Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. You need to be very strong and courageous in each and everything that you are doing as an individual. Don't reach somewhere and despair and ask yourself, will I really make it as a leader? Will I make it as a HR? If God has enabled other individuals to make it, who are you? And God is not a respecter of persons. The same God is going to assist you to make it. And that's why I would like you to hold on hope. Tell your friend hope. Because hope will help us to see that particular tomorrow. And an individual without hope can be compared to a ship on a sea without a rudder. That means that individual will have no destination. You need to understand that life will reveal to you in stages. Life will reveal to you in stages. Respond to it through understanding. Your life is in seasons, and different seasons will reveal who you are. So you need to be a master of your life. As you are studying, be a master of your life. Don't allow seasons to dictate who you are. Things keeps on changing. That's why you need to update yourself, be on top of it, and apply the talents that you have as an individual. Remember, the certificates have their place in life. But guess what are these things that will separate you outside? Number one, your character, your personality, how you handle human beings, your ability to respond to situations, your ability to be creative in every difficult situation, your ability to engage with human beings with respect and a sense of dignity, knowing that every human being, whether small or big, counts. And I want to take you through something that was written by Gandhi. Gandhi says, number one, do not seek wealth without work. Don't seek to be like those people who seek to be rich, but they are not accountable for their wealth. Do not seek wealth without work. Don't be the type of an individual who want to use shortcuts. We have seen many people using those shortcuts. At the end of the day, their life becomes very miserable. Jeremiah talks about such kind of individual in Jeremiah 17:11, and he says such people will be like fools. Their wealth will not last generations. Gandhi says, do not seek pleasure without conscience. Don't seek joy at the expense of other people. Be careful. People counts. How you handle people. Don't reach somewhere and you start mishandling people. No. People counts. And in our economy under the sun, you will need people when you are being born. And I'm sure when you are exiting, you will also need people. And that's why you need to treat people well. People counts. Gandhi says, do not seek knowledge without character. What you are being taught in your respective universities and institutions is knowledge with character. And that's why we are saying boldly, an individual without character is a very dangerous individual, because brilliance can take you to the top, And what will maintain you at that particular top is your character. You could be a very smart HR practitioner and you are given a very big office as a HR director. When you are taken there, if you commit a fraud, you will end up rotting in jail. That brilliance will not assist you. And that's why you need to hang on character as you are going through education. Those who do the right things will always be carried for all the seasons. Gandhi says, do not worship without sacrifice. God bless you. Somebody is hungry and you're telling her, God bless you. You're with your colleague in the hostel and she's telling you, I don't have sugar. And you're telling her or him, God bless you. Provide for that particular need first. Do not worship without sacrifice. You need to understand God will be delighted in you when you can sacrifice something. When you can make somebody be comfortable. That is true worship. When you regard others to be better than you, that is true worship. And remember, as you move forward, one of the biggest decisions you will make in your life is to choose the man or the woman you will marry. People take it lightly, but it can either make you or break your life. So with all the ambitions your parents are having for you, if you marry the wrong guy or the wrong girl, your vision will be derailed in one way or another. So don't joke with it. Don't play around. Don't start saying, I'm going to marry him because he's the son of the rich. The son of the rich man is not the rich person. What will make that particular individual is the liquidity. Is he in a position to generate that resources? Being married to the son of a minister or of a president will not make you become rich, because you could be given those particular presents, those gifts, but if you do not have the capacity to sustain those particular riches, at the end of the day, you will come back to square one. And that's why, as you are growing, as you are looking forward towards having a life partner, get somebody who can vision, somebody who can work with you, somebody who can be in a position to protect that which God has placed in your life in order for you to become a better individual. And when you get such kind of an individual, ensure that you journey together, because the kind of life you are living in, it requires a lot of patience. It does not require us to be individuals who are always very fast, because immediately you do that, there is a way in which nature will eliminate you. May the good Lord bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CHFP Bisolve. We can appreciate him better. Sindio? Sindio? We can do a better appreciation than that, sir. Let's do a 3 factorial clap. So you all know a 3 factorial clap. So, ready? Warm those hands. Warm those hands. And then we will have a Q&A session. So, from whatever presentation he has done, if you have a question, I believe you all have a piece of paper next to you. Just write it. Some of the executive members will pass by. You can give out the piece of paper so that he will be able to, we will give him a session to answer the question. Are we in agreement? So, we are warming our hands. We are appreciating him. Let's warm those hands as we appreciate him for the wonderful, it was brief, short but sweet. Okay. The 3 factorial clap, ready? I will go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. So, as you are getting some refreshments, that is water, I'll kindly want to remind the students with presentations. Students with presentations. So far, I've only registered those from Kisii University. Yes. As I was saying, the student who had presentations, kindly register with me. I've only received those from Kisii University. Maseno, Rongo, and Kisipoli. We have presents for the winners. Unataka zibaki Kisii? Eh? Unataka zibaki Kisii zote? So kindly register, and then because our lawyer present is running an errand, we are going to do a quick swearing process. By the way, we did an election. This is an association, it's a democratic association. We did an election, and we are the exiting ones. So, as you have said, as a leader, you should be able to train people to take care, to take over when you leave. So, we did that as leaders. So, we did training. So, there is a bunch that has been elected. I kindly request Valentine and your team.
As Valentine and team comes in, I want to take this juncture to thank CHRP Dr. Busolo for the wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Daktari. You are the best. You are the best. Haya, makofi kwake, makofi ya nyayo vile tulisema tukianza. Repeat makofi ya nyayo. Warm it. Warm your hands. Moja. Mbili. Tatu. Nne. Funga. I'll tell you later why we say funga fungua. It has a story. So I'll tell you that story when that time comes. I believe students, we are better HRs, we are better empowered HRs than when we came in the morning. We've learned something about leadership and managers development. Thank you, Busolo, because you've come with practical skills from the field. Us in class, we teach theory, but you've come with practical skills from the field. We want to thank you so much for equipping these students with those skills. These are we usually call them our future leaders, but they are not our future leaders. These are our current leaders. As I was telling them in the morning, there's a story of a student who graduated here last year, part 1. Last year, we had an IHRM forum in a place called Power Place in Eldoret. The student came, akaniambia daktari, sasa hapa wanalipa 1,000 waingie ndani, sina 1,000, what will I do na sina 1,000? Nikaambia leadership, what we do, wacha huyu aingie mkutano. So we did all the, we had our meeting. After the meeting, we had team building in the afternoon. As we were taking lunch and refreshment in the evening, I told the MC, huyu alikuwa akiwa hapa akikuja hapa akaomba kazi. So wacha ajitambulishe aombe kazi. And she presented herself so well, like you know, a full HR. I'm so and so, nimefanya degree yangu hivi na hivi, you know, I've done this and this, I've done this and this. Kindly, I'm looking for an internship. Where possible, I'm looking for a paid internship. That day, alipata job yake. Tuko kwa hiyo forum. Last month, she was calling me, daktari, you know what? My HR has resigned. I'm now the acting HR in the office. Aki indafanya namna gani? Nikamwambia wewe ni mjinga. Tutafanya namna gani? Fanya ile kazi wewe HR alikuwa akifanya. The way you know. And she has now been confirmed as an HR of a big company that has 5 branches in this country. She's just fresh from school. You are the HR. You're not the HR of tomorrow. I love your closing remarks when you said the son of a rich man is not the rich man himself. Kindly get your skills. Don't look at your background. Mungu anajua mahali unaenda kesho. With those very many remarks, we say thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Dean. Welcome. Welcome to our Kisii University Human Resource Student Association. Today we are having a Symposium. And we want to thank you for your support. Thank you for coming. I know you are in another meeting in the morning and you are squeezed, but thank you for taking time to be here. If you don't mind, I want to give students to do something, then I'll give you to make your remarks. Valentine and your team, yes, we're ready.
Yes. Valentine and your team, kindly. Madam Dean, I will kindly request that you come help us with this process. We are swearing in the new leaders because our patron is engaged somewhere. So you will. So thank you. So Valentine and your team, kindly be on the podium. Incoming executive members, kindly save on time. The vice chairperson, vice chairperson, and the secretary general. We are first. So, okay, let me hand over the process to the person who will take over the process. Thank you. Incoming, please.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Stephen Raju. I'm a senior law student from this school. You must have seen me somewhere. I must sequel that it is my immense pleasure to be the one undertaking this commissioning in such a prestigious occasion. I must also say that the students of human resource management of this school are kind and exceptional, and it has been a pleasure interacting with them in different fields. So we are going to do a quick process of oath taking. Christians in the house will tell you that it is premised in the book of Matthew 5:33 to 37. So find time and note the solemnity that is involved in this process. Now, just to be quick and swift, I would like now to call upon the designate publicity secretary, Honorable Daisy Anyango, for the oath taking. After me kindly. I,
Daisy Anyango,
being duly elected as the Publicity Secretary of Kisii University Human Resource Student Association,
as the Publicity Secretary of Kisii University Human Resource Association,
do solemnly swear that I shall uphold the dignity and status of Kisii University Human Resource Student Association during my tenure of office, and do commit to work in close cooperation with members of the association and the entire executive to uphold the status and the spirit of the association for its excellence, for its good name, and for its smooth running, while achieving its goals and objectives. That I will diligently serve
serve
the Kisii University Human Resource Students Association
the Kisii University Student Human Resource Association
in accordance with the university policies
in accordance with the university policies
and the Constitution.
and the Constitution.
I undertake to abide by this oath,
I attempt to abide by this oath,
and I understand that I shall forfeit my office,
and I understand
that I shall forfeit my office
that I shall forfeit my office
if I do not abide
if I do not abide
by the same.
by the same.
This I vow,
This I vow,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
So everything that she's swearing to must be put into signature so that we can uphold that to its ndio. Yes.
Thank you. May I now call upon the designate ICT manager.
Them tell you say you can never be the one.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may we start? I,
Odwor JosephatToire,
being duly elected
being duly elected
as the ICT manager
as the ICT manager
of the Kisii University Human Resource Student Association,
of the Kisii University Human Resource Student Association,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I shall uphold the dignity
that I shall uphold the dignity
and status
and status
of Kisii University Human Resource Student Association
of Kisii University Human Resource Student Association
during my tenure of office,
during my tenure of office,
and do commit to work
and do commit to work
in close cooperation
in close cooperation
with the members of the association
with the members of the association
and the entire executive
and the entire executive
to uphold the status and spirit
to uphold the status and spirit
of the association
of the association
for its excellence,
for its excellence,
for its good name,
for its good name,
and for its smooth running
and for its smooth running,
while achieving its goals and objectives.
while achieving its goals and objectives.
That I will diligently serve
That I will diligently serve
Kisii University Human Resource Student Association
Kisii University Human Resource Student Association
in accordance with the university policies
in accordance with the Kisii University policies
and the Constitution.
and the Constitution.
I undertake to abide by this oath,
I undertake to abide by this oath.
and I understand that I shall forfeit my office
I understand that I shall forfeit my office
if I do not abide
if I shall forfeit my office if I do not abide by the same.
This I vow,
This I vow,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Said are you in June, in 1 month, in 1 week, you will sing a new song. 2 days, lesser than you will hear. Congratulations, you're in the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done.
Thank you. Because of time, we are changing the procedure. May all the elects arise and stand here in one line here.
I, Duncan Oliach.
I, Jacinta Chiang.
I, Ayoma Rafael.
I, Felix Wasonga.
I, Josephat Oduor.
I, Otieno Valentine Ochieng.
So we'll do in unison. Being duly elected. Being duly elected.
Being duly elected
As a leader of Kisii University.
as a leader of Kisii University
Human Resource Student Association.
Human Resource Student Association,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I shall uphold
that I shall uphold
the dignity and status
the dignity and status
of Kisii University
of Kisii University
Human Resource Student Association
Human Resource Student Association
during my tenure
during my term
of office,
of office,
and do commit to work
in
close cooperation
cooperation
with the members of the association
with the members of the association
and the entire executive
and the entire executive
to uphold the status
and
and the spirit of the association
the spirit of the association
for its excellence,
for its excellence,
for its good name,
for its good name,
and for its smooth running
and for its smooth running,
while achieving its goals and objectives. That I will diligently serve Kisii University Human Resource Students Association in accordance with the university policies and the Constitution. I undertake to abide by this oath, and I understand that I shall forfeit my office if I do not abide by the same. This I vow. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good.
I would kindly like to invite CHRP Bisolo. Kindly, sir. I want to award them an official badge so that we make them officially our members. So, if you're called upon your name, kindly come and receive your badge. Thank you.
That I can never be all that I see. I've seen that. God is greater than that. Who can battle with the Lord?
Oliach Duncan. Oliach Duncan. Badge. Receive the badge. Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Yes, you can clap for him as he officially becomes our member. We have Jacinta Ching. Yes, clap for her as she received. Okay. Claps for her as she receives the badge. We have Ayoma Rafael. Let's appreciate him. Josephat Oire. Let's appreciate him. Daisy Yango. Let's appreciate her as she received.
Say what the Lord has done for you. Congratulations.
Felix Wesunga. A round of applause as he is. And then finally we have our elder chair, Mr. Valentine. Kindly. Thank you so much. 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 I would like to apologize for the cutting you short and doing that process, but because of the interest of time. So I would like to invite our Dean of Students to say a word or two before I invite the next speaker to take us through the next session. The Dean of Students, kindly. Welcome. Come on, guys. This is the Dean of Students. Appreciate her. Appreciate her. Come on, more. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Karibu, madam.
Thank you, our MC, our lecturers from Kisii University, our lecturers from other institutions present, dear students from, told we have students from Rongo, Maseno University, the University of Kabianga, then we have students from Kisii National Polytechnic, then we have students from Kisii University. How are you? Hi. How are you? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm privileged to be part of you. And I want to appreciate the efforts you have made as the Human Resource Association of Kisii University for organizing this inter-university symposium, because you human resource people deal with human beings. And the most difficult thing to deal with are human beings. Because I'm told, if you kill a rat, you have rats in your house, you kill a rat using the trap. The next day, you are not going to use a trap. You will not get any, isn't it? Because they learn so quickly, and they do what? They disappear. You have to change your tactic if you want to get another one and another one and another one. But for us human beings, we are so complicated. We are told do this. We repeat those mistakes now and again, now and again, now and again. Isn't it? So human beings are the most difficult people to deal with. So your area is very, very special because you manage us. I want to appreciate the presence of our guests. Thank you for coming. And I know I got this invitation. I would have come much earlier, but I've had, this is the 4th meeting I am attending. And I'm yet to attend the other 2. So I wouldn't wish to take much of your time. But I want to appreciate your presence here. And I want to appreciate the facilitation, because it is in such interactions that we get to equip ourselves, that we create networks, that we build confidence, that we get to understand ourselves, so that when we get out there, we are a notch higher than the common people who have gone through just the basic degree. Because I've been signing certificates here. The certificates you are signing are very, very significant. Please keep them well. They will show you, when you are in school, you are not just a bookwormer. You read, and you also had something extra that will give you an added advantage when you're sitting in that panel, or when you are going to interview people, because you are the employers, isn't you? You are going to be our employers. So these are some of the certificates, the extra thing that you need from those people whom you are interviewing. So thank you so much. And as human resource people, we need to understand who we are. Because if you do not understand who you are, then your whole life will be confusion, mistakes, here and there. You need to understand yourself so that you can understand the people you are managing. So self-exploration is very, very important. And it is when you know who you are, when you will remain steadfast, when you will remain focused and achieve that which you want to achieve. So as an institution, we are here to add to that which you are, or to sharpen you, to make you better, so that when you get out there, you are somebody that people can admire. And as an institution, I want to say that we have more than, from the office we register clubs and societies, we have got more than 250 clubs active and registered. So on behalf of the university management, I say that we are willing to support you, and I know wherever you've placed requests, at least there is some support which you get. Why? Because if we don't keep you busy, then we should be ready to for the stones and whatever. But when you are busy positively, then we know even when you go to class, when you go to your room, you do not have much energy to waste on other negative things. The Vice Chancellor is very passionate about student activity, and that is why we are here today. And I want to believe this is what is happening in these other institutions, because they have come to be with us. So take your moments, learn from each other, and ensure that you have picked something unique, something special that will make a difference in your life. With those few remarks, let me say that this is one of the associations that has been very active. It was started in 2014. Am I right? 2016, you began on 2017. Yeah, that is very good, and I can see the number is good. So keep it up, move on, and do exploits. Sawa sawa. Do exploits. Don't you ever underrate yourself. Please. You have what it takes to conquer the world. However challenging it is, you have what it takes. Just to believe that you have what it takes, and equip yourself, sharpen yourself on every area. Don't just look at human resource. You never know. You might never even end up being a human resource somewhere. You might even translate to be something else. So be open, because the world is changing drastically. With those very few remarks and many remarks, why don't I wish you all the best, and also appreciate the exercise that has just gone. People have taken an oath, and oathing is very, very significant. So please go and reread. I saw some of you shaking as you're reading your oath, which means you didn't even internalize what you were reading. Please go back, read it afresh, and ensure that you serve this particular association with what is required and within the confines of the law. Sawa sawa. So the oath is comprehensive. Please abide with it, but I've not had any issue with you, and I'm happy to be associated with you. God bless you. Our guests, please, when you go back, take our regards and say that we are together, and as the Western region, we are going to conquer. Sawa sawa. God bless you so much.
Now hear this.
Thank you so much, Dean. Thank you for your support. We as HRs, we've received a lot of support from your office. To start with, 3 weeks ago, the Kursa, the HR students were going for what do you call it? Having we were visiting a children's home, and your office facilitates us. So we are so happy, we are so grateful. And today we are here with this live event, this live function, because of your office. Tunashukuru sana. To hear your story, we said ladies are given how many? 3. So makofi 3 ya kilo kwa Dean. Want me to well? Want me to well? 1, 2, 3, funga. as we end this event, I'll tell you what it means by saying funga fungua. I was also told a story. As we were going on, we have guests who have just come in. Karibu sana Dr. James Waribu. Stand and wave. Stand and wave. Want to see your face. That is Dr. James Waribu, teaching HR. Karibu sana. Daktari Eri Konsongo, HR. That's our HR manager. Karibu sana. I'll still give you time, Daktari. We have our lovely partners from Transonia. Madam, karibu, say hi and introduce your people. Come, welcome. In HR, we have, in IHRM, we have regions, and we have a region called Transonia. This, she will explain where Transonia is. Me, I come from North Rift region, under IHRM, and she comes from Transonia. So let her introduce the team, and she can say who they are.
Thank you very much. Students, good afternoon. Good afternoon, human resource practitioners. Good afternoon, our guests. Thank you very much. We are privileged to be here today, the Institute of Human Resource Management. I have a team. I have a team which is leading the IHRM, and I kindly request you to step forward and introduce yourselves.
Let's appreciate them as they come. Tuwapatie energy ya kupanda.
Good afternoon. I can't hear your voices. Good afternoon. I'm Fanny Sombongi. I'm a member of the IHRM Transonia branch. I work at the Kisii County as the payroll manager. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hi, how are you? My name is Ruth Kwamboka Kibwage. I'm the secretary, Transonia branch, IHRM. I work with Kisii County government. I'm the chief HRO. Karibuni, and thank you for inviting us.
So thank you very much. I am Karen Adisa. I come from County Government of Narok. I work as a senior human resource officer in the County Government of Narok. Currently, I am the chair, Transonia branch, IHRM. Thank you very much for the invite. What is our objective today? We are here to do what, students? What are we doing, students? Okay, let us build this profession together. Sawa sawa. Thank you very much. Actually, it is not Transonia, it is Transnyawes. It has gone broad, and it is Transmara. Personally, I come from Transmara. So IHRM covers Transmara, Nyanza region, and Western region. So that is Transnyawes. Tuko pamoja? So we also want to encourage you that you register yourselves as the human resource managers, as members. That's why we are here. As time goes, we shall talk much about the IHRM membership and encourage you to register.
Kindly allow me to introduce our colleagues, the ones we came with. This is the HR team, Kisii County. They are always supporting us. Maybe they can wave. That's Joseph Moracha, is a principal HR, Methrin HR officer, and Edwin Mainye. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Transnyawes team, formerly Transonia. Students, I said earlier on that if you are looking for attachment come May, August, inatakana upate barua leo hapa. Take advantage. Ule mwenye ako kuja bahati mbaya kwake. But if you are here and you are looking for a place of attachment, now ujapata, make sure you meet these teams. You will be placed in this region with the courtesy of these people who are here with us today and even tomorrow. I want to invite Wire to continue from there.
Thank you so much for that process. As you can see, as much as we are learning, we are also networking. Sindio? Yes, so feel free to interact with any of these individuals. You never know who will give you a job. Sindio? Siku hizi unasema Kenya ni kujuana. Sindio? Comrades, sindio? So feel free to interact with these professionals. They can give you one or two words that will help you.
We said human resource people are, you are a person of people, sindio? If somebody is left, it is not good, sindio? We also have an employee from Nyamira County. By the way, we also tell ourselves that we need to fight for our spaces. Sindio, that thing is there. So kindly, Grace, come introduce yourself. She comes from the county government of Nyamira, but she can tell us more about herself.
Good evening. Good afternoon. I'm blessed with a very big voice, and we thank God for that. My name is Grace. I come from Nyamira County Government. I work as a senior human resource officer at the hospital. I used to work at payroll, but because things happen, I migrated to health department. So if you're in need of attachment, you're at the right place. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Kumbe tulikuwa tunafungia mwingine important. Umesikia yeye ana deal na pesa, si ndio? Comrades, you love money. Who doesn't love money? Umekataa kunijibu sawa. In this juncture, I would like to welcome our next speaker to come and take us through a session. So, are you ready? Can you let's stand up kwanza. We want to prepare for this place. I want us to stand up to stretch kwanza, so that when the knowledge comes, inaingia paka kwa the deepest and farthest corner of your mind. Sindio? Ready? Ready? Stretch kidogo, tembea, salimia jirani yako, mwambie mambo. Nimekupea opportunity sahi. Uko aje? Nice. Yes. Thank you. You can have a seat. Thank you. Thank you so much. I believe sasa hata nimekupea chance ya kuongea na jirani. Ulikuwa umeshindwa vile utaanza. Here is the chance. Okay, sir. So our next presenter, CHRP Vincent Oluoch. As he comes in, kindly let's clap until he reaches this point. Let's appreciate him. Wow, come. Hiyo suti inahitaji makofi zaidi. Come on. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hajafika bado. Usikuwe na wivu, hata wewe nunua suti, takupigia makofi. Thank you.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon. How are you doing? My name is CHRP Vincent Akoko, and allow me to start by pledge to stand before you today. I am a certified human resource practitioner. I'm also currently serving as the managing director and the lead consultant of an HR consultancy firm that is based in Migori called White Collar Consulting. we are in the business of making sure that human resource management does not only become a job, but a passion. So to that extent, I'm going to take you through a very simple yet complicated topic called effective communication in human resource. I'm going to request that each and every one of you has a pen and a paper, because that way we can engage in a more proactive manner. So make sure that you have a pen and a paper. Now, the term H in HR, I think like one of the speakers did mention, stands for human. Human beings are social animals, and therefore it means that some of the most complicated disputes that you will be facing in your profession as an HR can be solved through effective communication more than any other means. As a matter of fact, research has revealed that 80% of work-related conflicts are communication-related. 80% of work-related conflicts are communication-related. And therefore, when we fix our communication, we fix several work-related disputes. Now, how many of us are Christians here? Let me start by that. How many of us are Christians? Oh, good number. Thank you. I want to use a story in the Bible just to try to contextualize my presentation. In the book of Genesis, a story of creation is given, where we are told that God created Adam, put Adam in the Garden of Eden, and gave very specific instructions as far as the issue of fruits that were in that garden were concerned. We are being told that there's a fruit that was in the middle, one was on the left, the other one was on the right. But Adam was given an instruction that they could benefit from the fruit that was in the right and the one that was in the left. However, there was a divine instruction that the fruit in the middle was not to be touched. For reasons that I'm not in a position to explain, Eve one evening was convinced by the snake to eat the fruit. And to that extent, the middle fruit that was forbidden was eaten. And as fate will have it, Eve took the same fruit to Adam to eat. That evening, the Bible says that, thank you. That evening, the Bible says that God visited the garden. And we are told that the moment the two of them ate the fruit, they realized that they were naked. And so, when the God came, he asked two questions. I don't know whether any of us can remember the question that God asked to Adam. Is anyone who has a clue? The first question that was directed to Adam was, Adam, Adam, where are you, right? What was the response? What was the response that was provided by Adam? Anyone wants to try? We are doing effective communication, right? So we want to use that as a basis of establishing to what extent can effective communication solve most of, not only work-related, but even our day-to-day life dispute. What was the response that was given by Adam? Adam responded by saying, I am naked. Now, I want you to analyze the question and the answer and how the two are related. Adam, Adam, where are you? He says, I'm naked. Now, somebody need to explain to me to understand, because I need to be educated, the relationship between where Adam was and his mode of dressing, right? Now, the second question was, what have you done? Was that the second question? And what was the response? What was the response? The wife that? Now, is there communication to that extent? Were these two communicating? There was no communication. Now, I want us to understand this too as a basis, because when you talk about HR practitioners, like I'd mentioned, a good percentage of your time will be making sure that, number one, you establish a right culture in an organization. Then number two, we come up with effective communication between the employees in a given organization. That will help solve a lot of very unnecessary, one, litigation cases as far as labor-related issues are concerned, and number two, even create a conducive environment for your employees. Now, I want you to take a pen and a paper. I had mentioned that you needed to get a pen and a paper. I want to give you a small assignment. In that piece of paper of yours, I want you to write 3 names. I want to see, because I want us to have an engagement, so that at the end of the day, each and every one of us comes from this place with something. In that paper of yours, make sure it is as secret as possible, because the question I'm going to ask you could be confidential, right? Write for me the names of 3 people that you love most. And the condition for this assignment is very simple. If you either get a 0 or 100%. So it means if you miss 1 point, it is a 0. There's nothing like 50 or 60. Or you get 100%. So write for me the names of 3 people. You are the one who's going to mark the thing, so don't be worried. We're not going to ask you to change. So write for me the names of 3 people that you love the most. You are the one who's going to mark them. 3 names. 3 names. Okay, are we there? Do you go to marking? Should we start the marking? Have you written the names of the 3 people you believe you love the most? All right. Then, now let's go to the marking session. I'm still seeing some writing. Okay, are we done? Great. Now, if your name is among the list of the 3 that you've written, give yourself 100%. If your name is not there, give yourself 0. All right, let me see by show of hand those who got 100%. 100%. All right, like 30% of the congregation. Those of us who got 0%, I want you to take your time and go Google a Latin word called nemo dat quod non habet. Nemo dat quod non. Those of us who did business law, there's that Latin word called nemo dat quod non habet, which means a person cannot give what they lack. A person cannot give what. As a matter of fact, we project what we have inside, right? So when you refer to someone who is always very cool, very peaceful, they're just projecting the peace that they have inside. When you hear somebody say so and so is always very happy, he handles people with respect, it is a projection of what they have inside. When you talk about communication skill, the Bible says, I don't know the verse, but the Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, what happens? The mouth speaks. All right? Great. So basically, the point I'm trying to demonstrate there is the importance of making sure that we start with us. We cannot go and solve a problem. From a human resource point of view, you can't solve a problem of another person without dealing with the same problem by yourself first. Now, before I start my presentation, allow me to make sure that I contextualize the whole point. When you talk about human resource, there are 2 critical terms. There are various kind of labor resources, but human becomes the most critical resource as far as labor market is concerned. And most of our responsibilities as human, whichever title we enjoy, HR director, HR officers, we entails dealing with the people. We don't, as a matter of fact, we don't need to remind ourselves that HR function is a leadership function because we deal with people. I want to give you a real story that happened to one of us, a Kenyan here, and we are going to deduce a lot of learning points from it even before I officially start my presentation. In 2011, and I will request to get your attention because this becomes the basis of my presentation. In 2011, a Kenyan captain flying Kenya Airways KQ 797 from Zimbabwe to Kenya by the name Captain Murithi, 38 years old, a father of 2, was flying the said airplane from Zimbabwe to Kenya, carrying 99 passengers and 6 staffs, a total of 105 souls. On this same day, the tacticians did a bit and gave the aircraft a clean bill of health. And therefore, the aircraft took off from Harare, Zimbabwe, and was on its way to Nairobi Jomo Kenyatta Airport. Upon the aircraft taking off, the pilot received a communication from the control tower. And the control tower told the pilot that by the time the airplane took off, we saw something dropping from the airplane. We have not been in a position to ascertain what dropped, but in the meantime, we are sending someone to confirm, and then we get back to you. And so, Captain Muridi proceeded with the journey. But 2 minutes later, the control tower reached out and told the pilot that we have been in a position to confirm whatever is it that dropped from the plane. It was a tire. Now, because the plane was en route to Nairobi, they could not confirm which side of the tire dropped. Was it the front one? Was it the left behind one or the right behind one? They could not be in a position to ascertain. And therefore, the pilot was asked, now that you don't have one tire, there are 2 options. Either you come back to Harare and make an emergency landing, or you proceed to Nairobi and go make an emergency landing there. Now, in such kind of a position, the pilot had to make a decision. Was he going back to Harare to make an emergency landing? And remember, from a professional point of view, there are only 2 options. Once an airplane loses one of its tire, pilots are taught that there's a way in which you can incline the plane so that the weight of the passengers to be on one side and you make a landing, which there's no guarantee will be 100%, because there's a possibility you can make a successful landing, or it can have some kind of implication in terms of accident. So Captain Muridi made a decision and told the control tower that, no, I'm not coming back to Harare, I'm going to land in Kenya. In the meantime, he consulted with his chief engineer at the plane and told him, I've had this communication from the control tower. We are flying to Nairobi, but one of our tire, we don't know which side, one of our tire dropped. So he told the engineer to summon all the staffs who were serving the passengers in the plane. And he communicated to them that, listen guys, this is the situation we find ourselves in. We are flying to Nairobi, but we are in a situation of distress. One of our tire dropped at the airport. So this is just for your own consumption. Let no passenger know about this. So the waitresses continued, the hostess that is, continued with the servicing, providing service to the passengers, unknown to all the passengers, the quantity and the magnitude of danger that was awaiting them. Now, upon reaching Nairobi, approaching landing, they communicated with the tower at the Nairobi. And so he was told to pass over the tower twice so that they can ascertain which side of the tire had dropped, of which they did, that it was the left side. Fortunately enough, Captain Muridi managed to tilt the plane one-sided on the right side, even though it was a hard landing, but he successfully landed the plane at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Now, most of the people, in this case, the journalists who were there, because this information had reached the control tower in Nairobi, that this plane was coming, but they already filed a distress call. Most journalists wanted to interview the captain to want to know several questions. Like, for example, why is it that he refused to go to make an emergency landing in Zimbabwe, but had to travel all these kilometers to land in Kenya? So immediately after all the passengers leaving and everything, he was being interviewed by the journalist. And there were 3 critical questions that he was asked that becomes the landing point of this conversation. He was asked the question, why did you refuse to land to Zimbabwe and you opted to land to Kenya? And he gave 3 answers. Number 1, he said, even if I were to land in Zimbabwe or to land in Kenya, it was going to be an emergency landing. Because whether I go back to Zimbabwe, it was not going to fix the tire that had failed. Number 2, he said that if I were to make a U-turn to Zimbabwe, I wouldn't have gotten time to strategize the landing. So I wanted to fly to Nairobi. As I continue with the flight, I strategized on the landing. Number 3, he said that I needed the aircraft to burn the fuel so that by the time we reach Nairobi, the weight of the aircraft has reduced. And number 4 was an emotional decision, which was very critical. He said that I wanted to go land in Nairobi so that even if we were to die, we die in our home country, so that we save the government the resources of taking a plane to go collect the bodies in Zimbabwe. Now, from a strategic point of view, because one thing that I've learned in my 12 years of experience in human resource is strategic thinking, strategic and critical thinking. Under normal circumstances, and I think my senior who talked to us, CHRP, who talked to us about leadership, did mention that. How do you react at the time when you feel your back is against the wall as an HR manager or as an HR practitioner? Will you be in a position to act the way Captain Murithi acted? He composed himself, and look at the answers he gave, all of them being strategic. Number 1, I want the fuel to burn to reduce the weight. Number 2, I wanted first of all to get time to strategize. Do we make decision at the heat of the moment? One of the employees who you just don't like the shape of their nose, talk to you in a manner that you didn't like, and within a twinkle of an eye there's a show cause and there's a proposal for termination and everything? Or do we take time to consult with ourselves and come up with a strategic and decision that is informed by some set of facts? If there's anything that we can learn from that story, is the ability, number 1, to compose ourselves at the time of situations like the one I've just given. Number 2 is ability for us to appreciate that there are 909 lives in our hands in this aircraft. You see, one thing that I've learned about human resource, and I've always said this, comparatively with other professions, we are like a bulletproof. We are like bulletproof vests. Human resource practitioners are like bulletproof vest. What happens when people are going to the war? When you put on a bulletproof, what is the purpose of a bulletproof vest? What is the purpose of a bulletproof vest? Come on. What is the role? What is the role of a bulletproof vest? When you put on a bullet, what are you trying to communicate, right? For protection, right? Great. Now, comparatively, all these professions are very important. But let us compare. I had a good friend of mine who was delivering the oath here, did mention that he's a lawyer by profession. Lawyers do a fantastic job. But you see, the role of a lawyer comes to play where the role of an HR stopped. From a labor point of view, I don't know whether we're understanding each other. Yeah. For you to engage a lawyer, it means an HR did not do his job, or maybe just did his job, but now that's a case that we are sure that even if it goes to court, we are sure of victory. But in many occasions, lawyers step in where our hours stopped. Now, who is a bulletproof? That means a lawyer will jump in front of a bullet so that it doesn't hit the client. But an HR will prevent that bullet from being shot in the first place. So who is more critical? The HR. That is how powerful the role we play is. Are we together at that point? So let nobody ever tell you that the role we play are pure clerical roles. And I think one of us did mention that we have to fight for our space. Indeed, we have to. We have to challenge the status quo. We have to demonstrate that indeed the role we play is as critical just like other professions. Now, allow me to start. I've got very few slides here that we're just going to use to demonstrate how effective communication is critical when it comes to effective human resource management. Next slide. Thank you. Human communication is among the few things absolutely essential to life. Human communication is one of the very few things that are completely essential to life. Like I started by mentioning that 80% of work-related conflict are communication-related. If we fix our communication, we fix a lot of unnecessary disputes. So that is very important. So even in your quest to joining this noble profession, fix your communication. And we are going, there are 4 critical aspects of communication. We have got the what, the how, the where, and the when. As at the what, everyone knows what to say. Even if right now I were to give this microphone to each and every one of us, you will never miss what to say. But the question is the how. I'm seeing a good number of ladies in the house. Ladies, hi. Hi. Now, let's give an hypothetical example. You have 2 boyfriends. 2. Now, one of them, every time you have a problem, maybe a dispute, and he doesn't want you to talk when he's talking, he tells you, shut up. But the other one tells you that your lips looks extremely beautiful when they're closed. Who is your guy? Who is your guy? The second one. But you and I know that these guys are saying the same thing. They are saying the same thing. The difference is the how. Are we together? Yeah. But all of them are actually saying the same thing. Or you walk into someone's office and one person tells you, sit down. The other one tells you, have a seat. Which one sounds more polished? But they're saying the same. The power of communication. Next slide. Now, exactly what I was just demonstrating. When you talk about communication, what we hear is rarely what is meant. Have you ever heard somebody saying that I was misquoted? And I think our politicians have perfected that art, right? They can say anything they want to say, then when they are put to account, they say, I was misquoted. So when it comes to communication, in many times what we hear is rarely what was meant. Number 2, what we say is rarely what is heard. Number 3, the funny bit of it is that everyone assumes that their communication is effective. And that explains why, like I started by saying, that if you do a deep dive in some of the cases that we have in courts, in almost all the organization, you realize that if the communication between the supervisors and the employees, between the HR practitioners and the employees who are the complainants in court, if the communication between them were to be fixed, most of the cases wouldn't have reached at the point of court. Most of the cases wouldn't have reached at the point of you being terminated in a place of work, because there was a barrier, and barrier of communication is what affects its effectiveness. Next slide, please. Whether it's creating strategy or mobilizing teams to action, the success depends on the how. The how. Tell me any great leader that you know, and I will tell you that if there's one art they perfected on, is the art of communication. Any leader that you know, talk of Barack Obama, talk of Martin Luther, any leader that you know, they perfected on the art of communication. There's nothing wrong with empowering yourself with the technical skills, because it's very critical. As an HR practitioner, specifically in Kenya, the Employment Act 2007 becomes like a Bible to us. It is important. But you can master all the sections of the law. But the question is how you communicate it. How is the person who is the recipient of your word receiving it? Can you still handle a disciplinary process where I'm a victim, but I still live there with my dignity intact? Remember, I started by saying the H in HR stands for human. The moment we miss that bit, then there's no difference between human resource and any other kind of profession. At least we stand in as a sober party in a place of dispute. Next slide. All right. What comes to mind when you see people holding hands? Let's proceed. I think I've already explained that. I'll proceed by explaining the next bit. Next slide. All right. Now, in those 4 birds that you can see, if you were to get an opportunity to associate yourself with the character of one, which one will you choose? Yes? Eagle. All right, we have one eagle. Any other person? Yes, please. Eagle. All right, looks like eagle is a darling to many. Yes, please. An owl. All right, we have one all. Any other person? Yes, please. A dove. All right, we have one dove. We still have one bird remaining. I was hoping ladies will go for this. Right? Any other person wants to choose a peacock? Do we have a peacock in the house? We don't have a peacock. All right. Now, give me the next slide so that we can see what those birds represent. Whether they are all right. An eagle loves to win. An owl, these are people who are fact-oriented, very detailed. I don't know whether you've had friends like that, right? Everything about them is about to the book. There's nothing about beating about the book. They're facts and details. Dove is about security and risk reduction, mostly auditors. They're always about the risk and the liability exposure. And then peacock, these are PR guys. They're about the image. How will people see me? How will I look? What will they say about me? Everything. Is anyone who want to change the kind of bird you chose now that you know what they represent? Are you still a dove or an eagle? We had very many eagles in the house, right? Now, the reason why I picked this to demonstrate a point is, how did you choose to want to associate yourself with a dove and not an eagle? There must be something, there must be a perception about an eagle that you associate yourself with, or a perception about an owl that you associate yourself with. Now, let's do a small assignment. Remember I said I'll be needing you to help me doing this presentation because I believe in the engagement. It's very important so that by the time we leave here, we all learn. I've always maintained in a setup like this, there are three things that happens. There are those who relearn, there are those who unlearn, and those who do what? There are three things that happen in a setup like this. Either you learn, you relearn, or you unlearn. Now, I want you to take a pen and a paper because I want to give you a small assignment so that we again get some of the barriers to communication. One is perception, two is stereotype. I want to use one example to demonstrate how sometimes we can be biased without knowing that we are biased. And when we talk about biasness, as an HR practitioner, that is one of the bits that will affect the effectiveness of your communication in a place of work. There's no way today I'll come to work at 8:10 and you serve me with a show cause letter as an HR manager, and yesterday a good friend of mine who is also a friend of yours came at 7:15, right? So basically, to that extent, it doesn't matter how good you talk to me, you've already spoken, because communication entails a lot of aspects, not only verbally, but entails what you call 3 V's of communication. Now, in that pen and paper, I'm going to give an hypothetical scenario, and then you're going to choose. We are leaving from Kisii here, we are going to Migingo Island. Hypothetically, Migingo has never been occupied. It's a new island that has no life going on. So we are going to be the first people to stay there. You've been given an opportunity as a leader to choose from the following list those who are accompanying you to Migingo to start life. Are we together? Now, the list that you're supposed to choose from is number 1, a farmer. That's the list that you're going to choose from. We have a farmer. Number 2, we have a politician. Number 3, we have a shopkeeper. Number 4, we have an old grandmother. Number 5, we have a pregnant woman. Number 6, we have a beauty pageant. And number 8 or 7, we have a radio presenter. Now, how many do you have? 7 or 8? 7, right? 8. 7. The last one is a pastor. Men of clergy. All right. Now, the assignment is very simple. From the list of 8 that you have, I want you to pick 4 that are accompanying you to the new island. I'm not going to be concerned with those you picked. The assignment is, I'm more concerned why you left those whom you left. Are we together up to that point? Out of the list that are provided, which is 8, pick 4 whom you think are going to be important to you in the new island. But I'm not concerned on whom you picked. I'm concerned on why you left those whom you left. All right. Is there anyone who is ready with the answers? I would like you to share with us. Yeah. Feel free to share with us the team that is accompanying you to Migingo Island. And like I said, as you mentioned that I picked A, B, C, D, that is okay, but mention to us where you left these other 4. Remember, you have a total of 8. Yes, please. Proceed.
Hello.
Hello.
So, out of my list, I'm going to pick a farmer. I'm going to pick a radio presenter. I'm going to pick only the 2. I'm only going to pick the 2 for my case.
No, we need 4.
You need 4?
Yes, we need 4.
I'm the one going to Migingo.
Sorry. No, you are an exemption. You are the one choosing 4.
Okay. So, radio presenter, farmer, an old grandma, and the beauty pageant or something. Yeah. I'm going to pick them.
All right. Now, just before you go, let me ask a question. Why did you pick the old grandmother and left a pregnant woman?
So, why did I pick the old grandma and left the pregnant women? You see, once a woman is expectant, they become vulnerable and their susceptibility to risk is very high. So I won't want somebody crying on my neck for help each and every other time.
All right. That is why you left the pregnant mother, right?
Sure.
Why did you pick the old grandmother?
See, the old grandma in the first place, she's wise and she's seen more with life. Even if she dies, she has nothing to lose.
Thank you so much. All right. All right. It's a discussion, so all answers are right. Until now, we have something to learn from it. Any other person who wants to share with us? Yes, there's one here. Oh, yeah, just pick one, then you come here.
Okay, hello managers.
Hello.
I'll choose the 4. That's the pregnant. Okay, hello managers. I'll use the 4. That is the pregnant woman, the farmer, pastor, and the shopkeeper.
Okay. Farmer, shopkeeper.
The pastor and the pregnant woman.
Okay, so you technically left the politician.
Yes.
I'm keen to want to know why.
Okay, let me give the reasons why I chose the 4. The first one, maybe I'll start with the farmer. The farmer will help me to cultivate the land so that it can produce food for me.
All right.
Then the pregnant woman will give birth for a child, for me to have a family.
All right.
Then the pastor will, let me go to shopkeeper. I'm giving them systematically. The shopkeeper will have a shop so that I buy goods, maybe sugar, where the things that I cannot produce on my own, the farmer that cannot produce. Then the pastor will pray for us.
All right. Yeah. But I really need him to answer this. Why you left the politician? I'm concerned.
In the recent world, I believe that politicians have they have been dominated with lies. So I don't want to be accompanied with lies in my life.
I don't know whether we are learning something from those answers, right? We're going to have another opportunity to discuss. Yes, there was a hand here, and then maybe you didn't pick the teacher in your list, and also you left the radio presenter, and also you left the beauty pageant. Any reason?
I believe I picked radio presenter also as well.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the beauty pageant and the teacher?
Teacher is not among the list, but we are going to make a generation Meaning that teacher will come later to teach. Yeah.
So the teacher is not a priority.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think the last person before we proceed. Thank you so much, Mr. Muga. Yes, please.
Thank you so much. I'm Geoffrey Okeja. I've picked a farmer, a pregnant woman, old grandma, and a radio presenter. The reason as to why I've picked a farmer is we are told that nobody has ever lived in Migingo Island, and therefore it's most possible that there is no food there. I need somebody to go till the land and produce food. The reason as to why I've picked this old pregnant woman, again, people have never lived there. We need some generation to come so that the population there can multiply. The old grandma I've picked because we are told old is gold. This woman at least will guide me on how I can live in that hard life where there's nobody, there's no food. I think she'll be telling me how to hunt wild fruits and the animals if there need be. Then she'll again help this pregnant woman to deliver that child, because we've not been told of a hospital existing there, but based on traditional experience of these old women, I think they'll be pivotal in the delivery of the baby. Then the radio presenter I've picked because this presenter will make this news of Migingo Island go viral, and after this going viral, I think the people have left like politicians will now be interested in bringing resources and opening Migingo Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, having had the feedback from the floor, I want us now to analyze the question that I asked and the response that we've received from a critical point of view, right? Now, I'm just keen on 3 names that were in that list very intentionally. The politician, the pregnant woman, and the old grandmother. For whichever reason you took them or you picked them, I want us to look at it from this point of view. Those who left the politicians because they're always problematic, liars, and everything. That's the reason we got, right? Now, can we say that there is that one politician in this country or across the globe that you will say that if you were to associate yourself with them, you will be very proud because they have represented their constituents well? Can we have even one? Can we? So that means that approach is based on the current perception, or should I say stereotype, or how maybe the majority of the politicians have represented themselves have corrupted our mind in believing that all politicians are liars. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? So to that extent, it will be much more important if we were to be specific, like in this case, being categorized as liars. So the decision to leave a politicians based on the majority representation might not be the right within this context. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Yet, as we speak, there are those of us who decided to leave just by seeing the name politicians. He had already branded that all politicians are liars. Number 2, most of us picked the pregnant woman because, she was going to bring forth life. Is that a fact? But have we ever heard of the term stillbirth? Have you ever heard of the term stillbirth? Is it a new term to us? Is it a reality? Is it possible that a woman can carry a child to term but gives birth to the child while dead? So to that extent, there are those of us who picked the pregnant woman. The only reason was because she was to bring forth life. But in reality, not every pregnancy turns to be a living human being. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Lastly, most of us pick the old grandmother because of wisdom. Is that true? She can help this, she can help that, she can advise, and ABCD. Is that a fact? Now, can we say with 100% assurity that in appreciation of the society that we live in today, that all grandfathers and all grandmothers automatically come with wisdom? Is that a fact? It doesn't. So it is a perception. In that team, a youth will easily be discriminated under the guise that he is not wise, and an old man will be picked on the wise, and an old man will be picked on the basis that is wise,